Ladies and gentlemen watching around the world, welcome to the main event presented by TEDx. So if you haven't figured it out yet, between what just came out of my mouth and this tuxedo I'm wearing, I am a professional ring announcer. It's a very obscure and a particularly peculiar way for an individual to make a living. In fact, there are probably no more than 10 people on the planet pursuing this as a full-time line of work. My job does afford me the opportunity to travel to some interesting places. Greece, for example. Germany. What you don't see pictured there is pictures of me in places like Waterloo, Iowa, or Whitewater, Wisconsin, sitting in a hotel room, afraid to go outside because it's freezing cold. That's a picture of me at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games where I actually announced basketball. That's a job that essentially took me 5 years to get, that I got rejected for basically 3 different times along the way. Did you know Popeyes in Dubai delivers? How awesome is that? You also don't see pictures of me announcing an event in some place like Jacksonville, North Carolina, in front of 19 people, which I did, or working in a nightclub parking lot, or one of the numerous times that I had to change into a tuxedo prior to an event inside of a bathroom stall, trying my best not to drop my tuxedo onto a urine-soaked floor. What I do is interesting, not always easy. I'm self-employed, so I'm not in a 9-to-5 situation, if you will. And I spend much of my time, sometimes a majority of my time, actually trying to obtain work and massage and maintain current business relationships. I sometimes spend much more time doing those things than I do actually traveling and announcing things. But no matter what I do, the most important thing about what I do is the fact that I actually enjoy it. In America, we can do whatever we like, be whatever we like, and at least in theory, obtain whatever we need. I believe in this, and it's awesome. Keeping this in mind, it's interesting to note that in 2014, Forbes magazine concluded that a majority of American workers, in fact 52%, are not happy at work. Now, there can be many reasons for this, of course. Maybe a person was in a tough financial situation and you just needed a job and you got what you could get. Maybe you started out doing something that you thought you would enjoy, and over time, you realized that you did not enjoy it. Even in those situations, it's interesting to note that many of these people consciously or subconsciously chose the path of least resistance after the fact. They chose to remain in situations that they were not happy with instead of making the choice to change, however inconvenient that may have been at the time. There are many reasons why a person might choose to do something that they're not particularly enthralled with in life. And when a person's starting out on that journey in life, one of the main reasons is the influence of well-meaning friends and family members. Now, if you have well-meaning friends and family members in your life, of course you're a blessed person. And I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't listen to those people. For example, let's say you think you want to be a social worker, and someone gently points out to you that you're not really a people person. Might want to keep that in mind. On the other hand, generally speaking, when you're making major life decisions, such as what you'd like to do with your life, what you'd like to do for a living, doing things that make other people happy or comfortable, or going along with the expectations of others or even society, if those things aren't consistent with what make you happy and what puts a smile on your face, it's not the best idea. What you don't want to have happen is you wake up when you're 35 or 45 years of age, and you think to yourself, why am I here? What am I doing? I'm just not happy. And unfortunately, well-meaning friends and family members, society, nobody else, nobody can fix it for you. You have to make decisions on your own. I come from a background of what you might call educated individuals. Both of my parents were school teachers, my late grandmother a school teacher. Both of my in-laws retired school teachers. My wife works in a school right now. My sister, the salutatorian of her high school graduating class. Me, on the other hand, let's talk about you for a second. Think back to your first ever day of school. pre-K, nursery, kindergarten, whatever it might have been, you're 3, 4, possibly 5 years of age. Think about the pressure, the stress, the fear, the anxiety that set in on that particular morning when you realized that your mother or father was going to bring you to a place that you had never been before with people you had never met, complete strangers, and they're just going to leave you there. Now, I vividly remember my first day of school. It was kindergarten. I believe I was 4, but I suffered from no such separation anxiety. I do, however, recall dealing with the frustration and disbelief upon realizing that out of all the places my grandmother could have left me that day, a toy store, a park, my favorite restaurant, maybe Popeyes, she chose to leave me at a school. While I have great respect for people who work in education, as I just mentioned, many of my family members have chosen that path, the family business, if you will, school and I, for one reason or another, never particularly got along. I graduated high school and I ended up attending 3 different colleges and universities in 3 different cities. I graduated from none of them. I'm not necessarily proud of that fact, but I'm not necessarily ashamed of it either, because for me at least, that was part of the process that I had to go through to eventually figure out what I should do in life, what that should look like, and where I should go. I trust that your path will be a bit more concise and smoother than was mine. When you're starting out trying to figure out what you'd like to do, or even if you think you have it figured out and you're kind of ready to go in that direction, you typically fall into one of 3 groups. Group 1, you're pretty certain about what you'd like to do in life, you're ready to go, you're excited about it, and you've got a great support system. Congratulations. Group 2, you're not really certain what you'd like to do. And that's okay, because you don't have to figure out the rest of your life today. However, as you know, sooner rather than later, you're going to have to start making some decisions about what your life is going to look like and what you'd like to do. If you don't know what that is and what that should look like, a good idea would be to start here. Begin thinking about some of the things that matter to you, the things that are genuinely important to you, the things that put a smile on your face, the things that make you happy, the type of people you like to be around, the type of environments you enjoy being in. Start there and begin researching jobs and careers that pertain to those things, that can put you in those environments, around those people, in those situations, and ideally, getting someone to pay you for something you actually like in a place that you want to be. The third group, and this is a tough one, you're pretty certain about what you want to do, and that's a positive, obviously. But you're also fairly certain that there's certain influential individuals in your life that may have some very differing opinions about what you should do. People that you love, respect, and appreciate, and who love, respect, and appreciate you, whoever those individuals may be. You can make a choice to do things that other people are comfortable with and satisfied with. And if those things are consistent with your vision for your own life, things that you would actually like to do, fantastic. If not, you have to ask yourself, where will I be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? How will I feel? And will it have been the right choice? Or you can move forward. Maybe it doesn't require some big announcement or declaration. Then again, maybe you have to have a very challenging yet very respectful conversation with certain people in your life and simply state that you would like the opportunity to move forward in a direction that matters to you, doing something that you believe will make you happy. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting that when you do something, begin to go down a path that matters to you, towards things that put a smile on your face, that things are going to be easy. If I'm honest, at some point in some shape or form, it looks different for everyone, life is going to punch you in the face, pull you down and trip you up. But when you're moving towards something that matters to you, when you're doing something that actually makes you happy, when you get knocked down and you find yourself in the position of having to get back up over and over again, when you're pushing against that resistance, when you're moving towards something that matters to you, you'll have an extra bit of juice, energy, inertia to work with that'll help you get up again and allow you to continue to move forward. If you will put one foot in front of the other over and over and over again towards and in pursuit of something that actually matters to you, you'll look up in the not too distant future and you will be shocked, pleasantly surprised, and pleased at how far you've gotten, what you've been able to accomplish, and how blessed you are. Thank you.